Hello and welcome to 6 Minute Vocabulary. I'm Rob.
And I'm Kathleen, and our topic today is weather. Now, Rob, apparently, British people love to talk about the weather. Do you think that's true?
Especially, you know me, I'm talking about it all the time. And in today's program, we will look at some key weather vocabulary and show you how to use it in different types of sentences.
There be the quiz.
And we will give you a top tip to help you learn vocabulary more efficiently.
So on with the show. We'll start by listening to Harvey talking about the weather where he lives, and we have a question for you at home.
The question is, what is the weather like of Harry in spring?
I live in the north. I love it here, but the weather isn't too good. There's a lot of rain in the autumn and winter. In fact, it's raining right now. Sometimes it snows in the winter. In the spring, the weather's usually quite windy, but it's lovely and sunny in summer.
So they haven't. And we asked you about the weather in spring. What is like?
Harvey said that the weather gets quite windy in spring.
Well then, if you got that right, and we will talk more about windy weather later. First, let's talk about the rain. Listen to this script.
There's a lot of rain in the autumn and winter. In this sentence, rain is a noun, so in a sentence we can say there is a lot of rain, or we can add a main verb. For example, I like rain. Rob, how do you feel about rain?
I hate rain because I like to do a lot of bicycle, and when it's rain, I get wet. But the word rain can also be a verb. For example, it rains a lot here in London. In fact, look out the window. It's raining now.
It's always raining in London, and can add a letter Y to the end of rain to make the adjective raining. Rob, do you use an umbrella on rainy days?
No, I don't. I wear a coat. More perfect.
More bulky.
More pokey. Yet. So that is the noun rain, the verb rain, and the adjective rainy. The word snow works in some ways. Listen to this other quote.
Sometimes it snows in the winter. Sometimes it snows in winter. The word snows there is a verb.
As a noun, we can say sometimes there is no.
Or we can add the letter Y to make an adjective. Sometimes it's snowy.
Good. Now for another clip. Here's Healthy talking about the weather in spring.
In the spring, the weather's usually quite windy. In the spring, the weather's usually quite windy. In this sentence, windy is an adjective.
We can also use the word rain as a noun. Is there much rain today?
There's,
Christine?
there's quite a lot actually. I got quite blown around. So there's wind as a noun and windy as an adjective, but we can't use wind as a verb. You have to use a different word like blow. The wind is blowing very hard today.
Well, and the word sun is the same. It's a noun.
The sun is hot.
It can make an adjective,
It's lovely and sunny.
but it is not a verb. You need a difficult word of that for that.
The sun is shining, even though it isn't. 6
6
minute
minute vocab from BBC Learning English. and we are looking at weather world. Okay, it's quiz time. Are this sentence correct for or wrong? Number one, is summer thing day today.
That's wrong. You can't say it's sunning because sun isn't a verb. Instead, say it's sunny or the sun is shining.
Number two, there was a lot of snow last week.
And that's correct.
Here comes the last one. I don't like wind.
And that's also wrong. Windy is an adjective, so we need to add a noun here. Say, I don't like windy weather, or use wind as a noun and say, I don't like wind.
And the end of the quiz. Well done, if you got this right. And we have just got time for a top tip for learning vocabulary.
We have rock, and this is it. When you learn a new word for the first time, you learn it more effectively if you use it a few times in the first 24 hours. So, if you learn a new word in the morning, look it up again and in the evening before you go to sleep.
I will do that. Thank you. Yes, more about this at bbclearningenglish.com. Join us again soon for more 6-minute vocabulary.
Bye.
Bye.